Crim here with another episode of Baldur's Gate. Last time, we finished off Act... How do I hide this photo mode? There we go. Last time we finished off Act 2, finally. I know it took a while, especially with the time-lapse from me not actually playing. Not time-lapse, that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. How long it's been since I actually played. It seemed like we were going to be in Act 2 forever. So this act, we're going to start off with Jaheira instead of Shadowheart, because Shadowheart actually has a NPC that will immediately recognize her, even if like you use disguise self on her and have her be someone else entirely. He like sees right through it, and he'll still know it's Shadowheart and be like, "Oh, you're working with her. Prepare. We're going to attack you now," or some nonsense like that. So we're just going to avoid that by having Jaheira in the party, because Jaheira has something anyway. I hate this camp so much. Like, I absolutely cannot stand this camp because I have no idea where anyone is. So let's leave camp and then come back in here, because I don't think this is my real camp. I think this is a temporary camp because we're still missing some people. So let's leave camp. Let's camp and rest. No, let's leave camp. Leave camp. And it should give me an updated version of the camp whenever we come back that's much smaller. Not this sprawled out like cityscape sort of thing. Like just hiding from trains and whatnot. Not trains, buses. I'm a little hyper right now because I had lots and lots of caffeine. Yeah. Alright, so let's keep going. It's definitely a notch up from yesterday, coming back with pretty much no energy from working.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves.
Cool story, bro.
Take their nether stones.
Uh-huh. Alright, now we're going back to camp. Because we gotta kick her out of the party. Yeah, see, this is a much, much smaller version of that camp.
We should do what we can to find them.
Oh, there's a note there.
What they know could help us.
Who's Arabella? Uh-huh. Oh, is that the bard? I don't remember. Let's pick that up. I don't remember who Arabella is off the top of my head. I think that's the bard, though. But we don't need to deal with her right now. Let's see, Shadowheart. We'll leave all your stuff on you. I still need to make an actual build for Jaheira, but I'm not going to waste people's time by doing that on camera, because I know every time I like have a build video where it's just me umming and awing trying to figure out what build to make someone, I know it's just like super negative because it's just wasting time. Where is Jaheira though? There she is. That's right. And Housen. I should probably check everyone's reputation with me at some point as well. I feel like the biggest issue I'm going to have right now is with Asterion, if we want to force him on a particular path. Honestly, we might just let Asterion do what Asterion wants to do whenever that whenever that happens, because whenever I was playing as Asterion in my honor mode, I did the morally high road path or whatever, and it was okay, but I mean, you could just go full-on vamp with Asterion and have fun with that. And there's literally no real consequences. So.
Watching gods. But I never thought I would be happy to see the city again. Much less to smell it. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Wyrm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe.
Cool. What are you hoping to find there again?
Information. The Chosen have a head start on us. I'd like to know what they've done with it.
Alright, and how are you faring without the Harpers?
You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles.
Yep. So, I'm just going to mention something that I did in Baldur's Gate 1 with Jaheira. I liked Jaheira as a companion for the most part. Her husband absolutely sucked. Like, he was so worthless. I forget his name. It started with a K, like Catharsis or whatever. I mean, it wasn't that, but the point was that he was so bad because he was a fighter who was trying to be tanky, but the moment anything negative happened, he started shouting, I think it was better part of valor over and over again, and he would have like the the frightened tag applied to him, and you couldn't really get rid of that, and he would just run away. He was a coward, essentially. Like, he was a super coward. And what I ended up doing with him, spoilers, I guess, for Baldur's Gate 1, but he ends up dying, like, in the DLC that came out fairly recently, and with the DLC not being out, he would just die in between the games. The DLC was the Dragon Spine or whatever thing, Dragon Spear. I don't remember the name of it. I never really finished it. That DLC was supposed to be like the time in between Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2, like explaining the events that were happening there. So it was interesting. I know Beamdog got in a lot of trouble for it, though, because they had the characters basically break character and do stuff that they wouldn't actually ever do. And they had a bunch of like modern day stuff that had nothing to do with the original Baldur's Gate story. So they got in trouble for that. That's not why I didn't play it. I stopped playing it because I just couldn't get into it. It kind of like ruined my builds. All of my builds pretty much got ruined because I was doing like a flying solo character, and I was like in Legacy of Ball mode, and I couldn't use that character in the DLC because, well, they forced me into like a party, and my build in general, all my gear was gone, and I was like a gear dependent character. So I was like, well, there goes my build. So I guess I'll have to start over, and I just never got back into it. So. But what I was going to say about her, so her husband, I would actually just go into a tavern, and I would kick him out of the party, and then I'd run out of the tavern real quick. And because he never interacted with me whenever I was leaving the tavern or whatever, I'd have him at the far end, she would stay in the party too. Otherwise, she would be like one of those joint companion things where you had to have one and the other. I did the same thing with Minsk and Dahira? I forget her name. But his witch back then. I did the same thing with her because I didn't like having her in the party. And I liked having Minsk because he was really strong. So I did the same thing with him and a few other characters like that. I'm glad that's not a thing that's existed after Baldur's Gate 1 because that was just so annoying to deal with. But yeah, her husband, worthless. Her, decent. So we're definitely going to take her. I'm thinking about respecking her right now. I have her what she is, but like off camera, I am thinking about making her what she's supposed to be, which is a druid and a fighter. So I'll have to look back at my original like builds in Baldur's Gate 1 with her just to see how far I went with her. I believe I had her either as a quarterstaff fighter or something else. So that would actually probably lean into monk more than anything else. Or maybe with Shillelagh. Mostly she was there to summon enemies, because like back then summoning was massive. That was how you had to beat most of the like harder content. You would just summon skeletons and then send them forward, and they would aggro stuff for you, trigger traps, do all that stuff, because I was playing in essentially the hardest game mode, and I pretty much only played in the hardest game mode. And when I was doing that, like, you would get one shot if you accidentally triggered a death spell and you didn't have like the invuln thing or something like that. And, oh, let's not even get on the fact that if you had those stupid claws, the cursed claws that gave you, like, amazing bonuses, but gave you, like, horrible debuffs to death saves, if you had those equipped, because they were cursed, and they were really good, you would just get one shot by most things. Like, Sarvak or whatever, he had an instant death spell that he would spam at one part, and, like, if anyone got hit by it, it was pretty much game over. So, yeah, it was fun stuff. Fun stuff. I'm gonna try and make her more like that because it would make sense that she's like that. Like, it's so weird that her build is so far removed from what she used to be in this game. Part of me feels like the Lorien devs, they did a great job on a lot of the stuff, but it feels like the story elements are just out of place. Just completely out of place, like, for what it was originally. Like, Jaheira isn't even supposed to be here. I've said this a few times, but in the official lore for Baldur's Gate, what happens is Jaheira ends up dying, like, 100 years ago or so, with the actual, like, the Ball Spawn, the hero of Baldur's Gate. They end up, like, dying together, and they actually are, like, canonically in a relationship together and all that stuff after what happens with her husband and whatnot. And both of them are supposed to end up dying at that point. But here she is. So, I don't know, it's a little weird. Same thing with Minsk. Minsk is supposed to be, like, he was supposed to be petrified around the same time. And he is removed from petrification from this elf girl. I can't remember her name, but this was in the comics. She removes him from petrification and has him basically help her with the new heroes of Baldur's Gate. I wish I remember their names. A lot of that was from, like, Idle Champions or whatever it's called, the Dungeons and Dragons thing. It's the half-elf that you get from there, and he always gets her confused with the wild magic, wild sorcerer half-elf that you actually get in the expanded version of Baldur's Gate 1. Anyway, that's a ramble that I did not mean to have, but like I said, I have lots of caffeine in me. I had to say the right word. And, yeah, let's keep going. Jaheira, good party member. Kind of a shame what happened with her. I'd like to hear more about those good old days.
Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in.
Okay, I'd like you to travel with me. Oh, sorry. Let's say this first. Now that you're traveling with me, I realize I don't know much about you, which is a lie. Karlach is like a major, like Jaheira simp.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did.
Such as?
If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
It would have been great if that actually rhymed. Like, accidentally rhymed. So you fought the Dead 3 before, technically.
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write.
Okay.
There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Sure, why not? You're only one of those things? Wise and oh, that's an insult. I mean, she's obviously older than you. I selected this when I was playing as Asterion because I believe Asterion is actually older than her. So, there's that. You're not that old, are you?
I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old.
Okay, I'd like you to join me.
You'll need to free up your ranks a little first.
Alright, well, we can go stab Shadowheart. It's not like she's doing anything.
At your command.
Alright, so we got Jaheira with us. Like I said, off camera, I'm going to change her build to be something more suitable for her. Just in general. Honestly, what I might do with her is... Oh yeah, the psionic effect is because I have that thing in the chest. I might make her a drunk monk, because it makes more sense for her. Like, she's gone through a bunch of nonsense. That way she could have the polearm thing, so maybe like a druid / drunk monk. Because I believe they both will, like, factor in wisdom. So that would be a fun thing to try it with. And I do want to make a drunk monk character, just because, like... Mods existed for that before, and it was such a fun concept to actually have it in the game. Just sounds really nice. And there's not really any monk characters in the game other than if you consider the Dark Urge a monk, which I kind of don't. That was like just a default character state that they had to show, hey, by the way, we added Dragonborn to the game, and also we've added the monk class. So guess what? The Dark Urge is both of those. When it doesn't really make much sense for him. I think that was just them showing a new thing. Okay, we've wasted a lot of time. I said I wasn't going to waste time, and we've wasted time. Let's get to it. So there are like 2 quests I want to really focus on right now. The first one is the firework quest, which we can't really do anything about. That shadow pop-in is really bad. What's going on there? I updated my graphics card. Hopefully that's not why. Hopefully that's not really messing up the recordings. Okay, it's just loading stuff in. It takes a bit. So yeah, we'll do the firework quest here, and part of that also goes in here. I will be save scumming here, I'll just say that right now, and the reason why is because of positioning. If I do the firework quest down here, then what ends up happening, the NPC will come in and talk to whoever is closest to him, and that can potentially screw me over, because I want Karlach to be the one talking to him. If they talk to Will, and I might be okay because he's got a high charisma score. If he talks to anyone else, I'm basically SOL. So, and that's just a way that we can progress that quest. I won't be ratting this guy out because I see what happens with him when you do rat him out, and it's not really worth it, to be honest. The firework quest is just negligible, but the main thing I'm going to be focusing in is over here. This I'll probably take care of next episode or first. The main thing I'll be focusing in on is, I don't know if you can see him, he's not loaded in. There is a genie right there, and he has a wheel that you can spin. You need lots of money to spin the wheel. However, the genie, and I'll just say this right now, the genie and the mummy are a way that you can get infinite money in Act 3. It is slow, it is tedious, but is 100% viable. So with the genie, he gets mad when you steal stuff from him. However, he only gets a little mad. So, like, he has a negative rep to him, and you can just bribe him, give him some money, and he'll be fine. The mummy, though, she doesn't care at all. Like, she might get a negative rep, but it's not like she can do anything about it, and she can't say anything because she can't talk. So, just, what I usually did, there are some gloves that you can get here. They're, like, ember coal gloves or whatever, I forget the name of it, but they give you, like, a bonus to sleight of hand. And there is a chance every single time, actually not a chance, every single time you do an illegal activity, you get a coal in your inventory. And there is a chance that that coal will be hot. And if it's a hot coal, it will set you on fire, and it will disrupt your stealth. But most times, it doesn't become a hot coal, and if you're worried about that, you can always just drink a potion of fire resistance or whatever. Speaking of which, I need to drink this right now. It'll be a chance to have a potion of fire resistance. Sorry, not a chance. What am I saying? And it won't set you on fire if you have the fire resistance tonic going on. So that's a way to negate that. And the reason why I like doing this in general, it is a device that's built into the game. It's not the merchant cheese stuff. It is literally do this and get this, then that's how it's supposed to be. And it's meant to be like a negative thing. However, with the coals, you can sell the coals for like 1 gold each or whatever, and the hot coals for like 2 gold or 3 gold. I forget the exact amounts. And they stack up like crazy. So pretty much every single coal is 1 gold. So I would just like mass steal. And if you have a body, for example, that's marked as stealing, like Minthara's body, for example, if I took her body out and then I looted it, it would count as stealing every time I looted something in there. Or if I have like a flagged chest that's stolen or whatever, and I put stuff in it and then take stuff back out, every single item in there would be counted as 1 coal. So that's a way to like mass produce coal. And just sell the coal to them, and then steal the coal back. Sell the coal to them, steal the coal back. And that's a great way to like completely burn through a merchant's stock of stuff. So yeah, that's something we're gonna do next episode though. The other thing is the genie has Lysel's best in slot pretty much for a thrower build. It is a spear that has like a built-in return functions. So I could like change some of the stuff she has. Like she wouldn't need this bind weapon because the weapon would automatically come back to her. So I might respec her when I get that spear and just go heavier into the throwing aspect of it. So yeah, that's enough talking about that. That's something that we're going to take care of next episode. There's also a quest line over there, like 2 or 3 quest lines in there. I'm not going to bother with those right away because a lot of those quest lines don't really like have any fulfillment until way later into the act. Like you have to do a scavenger hunt, for example, and I'm not too into it. We will start it before we leave the area, obviously, but it's not that necessary, and the rewards are really lackluster. Like it's a pitiful reward. I think it's decent for a summoner because I believe it is a summon that you can get, like a zombie or whatever that you can get from that, but it's not like that good, and you only get it at the very, very end of the act. Alright, oh, speaking of stealing stuff, yeah, that video I posted the other day about the updated version of the stealing thing, that really popped off. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in the same way that I made my original video of it, so it was a little bit more convoluted as to what you were supposed to do, and people were confused, so I didn't actually highlight enough that it was an update to an old video.
Excuse me, I can't find my mum.
She's dead. Where did you see her last?
She was sick. She had spots on her face and hands. She went to go get some herbs, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though.
Yeah, she's dead. Here, take some food. It's poison.
Wow. Thanks. My mum would like this. She's the best cook in the world. And she taught me, too. I'll look for her. Thanks a lot.
Uh-huh. Goodbye, heterochromia. Alright, the reason we have to start this is because it pretty much is like forced. If we don't do this now, then they force their way in and it causes issues, so we're just gonna do this now.
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these squatters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards. not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
Yep. And tell me what's going on.
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
You left, they took it, it's not yours unless you kill them in single combat, of course. I mean, that's a very barbarian approach to it, but that's obviously a stupid approach to it. Squatters don't really have rights in Baldur's Gate. There are lots of houses everywhere, too. Yeah. Yeah, true philanthropist? That is a hard word for me to say.
Excuse me? I'm exceedingly charitable. Ask anyone in this wretched town.
City.
It's one thing to donate extremely generously to those less fortunate than oneself, and quite another to give away one's entire house. I'm a very magnanimous individual, but this is my home! Either they leave, or I'll make them.
Okay. We'll try this. I think we have thaumaturgy that we can add to that. And we can also have guidance. Let's see what happens.
You want me to, buggery? Fine. They can stay. Just don't blame me when they turn on you like the mongrels they are.
Alright.
I respect your hustle, sweetheart, but it won't work on me. You've stepped on the guild's toes, and we'd like a little something to make it better.
You want a slap in the face?
A loose coalition unifying every criminal outfit in the city under one collective rule, from cut purses to contract killers.
Yeah, or what?
I'd say you'll live to regret it, but honestly, I'm not so sure you'd live.
Yeah, I mean... I could give you the gold, but then I'd just take it right back after I kill you. Or, you know, I'll just hit him. I'll hit him. I don't care. I'll just hit him. They deserve a good hit. Why don't you give me blessing? Wow, I get advantage from that. That's cool. I didn't need the blessing. Well, maybe we did. Wow. Wow. One short. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, we'll do it again. That's my luck, you know. I always end up rolling low.
That was a... Come on, boys. We've got places to be.
I've never had them live. They've always died at this part. No matter what I do, they always end up starting the fights. Of course, I could just bribe them, but eh. I think the strange cow is normally here as well. And with that quest line, he just wants you to take him to the barn somewhere up here. And then he like turns into a cheese wheel or something like that, an apple, and then you carry him around.
I'd love to, thanks.
And later on, you can actually use him as a summon in the final part of the game, but it's not worth it. Alright, let's come down here. Let's get this going.
So don't make trouble.
Oh, God. Go talk to Nestor if you must.
Talk to you.
Baldurians! Stand with
Please, just...
the flaming fit. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in. Soon, there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldurians. Excuse me? I was born inside this... Wherever you're from, clear...
Yeah, Jaheira likes that. What is her, disposition towards me anyway? Just mildly approving.
Eager for battle.
You took a little bit of a hit from what I was doing previously.
Sharp as ever.
And obviously you're like maxed out. I forgot to change Will's build. Oh well. So yeah, this is Shadowheart's Merchant.
I hope I took you for one of them for a moment. The refugees, that is. You're a recent arrival for sure, still bearing dust from the road. These wretches have nowhere to call home, nothing to live off but what they carry. and nobody to help them but themselves.
How charitable of you.
Of course. Charity is a... You'd be shocked by the sort of things they bring with. Alas, you can't eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candelabra for a bowl of soup. That is where I come in. Liquidity. Their heirlooms for my gold. There is an enterprise. I'd tell you more, but they value discretion above all. As do I.
Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's decent.
You're like a dog with a bone, aren't you? Perhaps you are cannier than I first gave credit to be. I have some very special wares reserved for exclusive.
Let me see your
clientele.
stuff. This is why I didn't want to bring Shadow Hearts, because he's got some good stuff, like some really good stuff. And if you bring Shadow Hearts, you lose access to all of this. That's it. Like, you only get one chance. Like, the Dwarven Thrower is something that I meant to buy on one of my other playthroughs, and I never did. It's decent. It's unfortunately a versatile weapon, so you'd have to drop the shield. I think you'd have to drop the shield with that spear too, but whatever. So, Dwarven Thrower does 1d8, and if the target is large, huge, or humongous, it deals another d8 essentially. So, it's pretty good. Pretty good. The Hellrider bow is really good for the initiative check. And advantage on perception check is also nice because there is a shield. I think Will is using it. Someone was using it. Oh yeah, Will doesn't have anything equipped, whatever. Somebody was using it. Was it me that's using it? Yeah, so I get the initiative and I also did perception check. So I could just drop this bow or drop that for a bow, or I could just give this bow to someone else. We will come back later and get all of this stuff. We're gonna need money before I can actually do anything here. This is a really, really good one. So while concentrating, you add your spellcast modifier to your saving throws, and you gain 1 more AC. So this is good for... I couldn't use it, unfortunately, because when I rage, I drop concentration. This is good for a character that has, like, easy to spam concentration spells. Like, if she was not already decked out with this, it would be a good thing for her. Because she has lots and lots of simple concentrations. Like, just in general, Shield of Faith or whatever is a concentration spell that gives you, like, extra AC. And pretty much every cleric has that at their disposal. So if you're just running a cleric, for example, you'll always have that. So, paladins also, but paladins have better options. Dominate Person, really good one. This is actually sort of a reference to Baldur's Gate 1. There was a nymph cloak in that you could get from doing a certain quest line. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one. I will buy this now because it is decent. It is a finesse throwing weapon that's light, and it's whenever a creature misses you with an attack, yeah, they can become chilled, and it gives extra AC. So for her, it's actually decent. It's actually decent. We aren't going to need Blood of Lathander anymore. So there's that. So we'll probably just buy this now and hold on to it. And by hold on to it, I mean go ahead and equip it now, because it's marked as throwing. And throwing is useful for a thrower, because you get like full damage that way. She doesn't really benefit too much from it being a dex weapon, I think, but that's not that big of a deal. At least you'll be able to like do mass hits. So yeah, let's end trading here. Yep, we'll leave, and we'll deal with you later.
To take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
Alright, let's do this next part. Probably talk to him as well. So, we need to donate some gold. I hope we have enough gold. Yeah, we got enough gold.
Time on the astral plane left.
Donations?
Yeah, donations for what?
Do you know advice? If you don't have anything to donate, you can get going.
Yeah, I'll donate 500 to you.
Thank you. Got something else to donate, have you?
Yeah, I want to donate supplies.
Let's see what you've got.
And I will just give you some food and whatnot. I don't need this. Got a lot of inspiration from that. Okay, that's some food. Here, you can take my supplies as well, because I don't need them. And I'll just straight up give that to you. Yep.
Thank you.
I'm sure.
Right, now we're gonna save. That's how I get my inspiration back real fast in this. The other way is having Gale in your party and then reading books. You get an inspiration for every, like, special book that he reads.
Got something else to donate, have ya?
Yeah, I'd like to donate into the barn myself. And hopefully we pass this. If we don't, we just got a bunch of inspiration. We barely passed that.
Well.
Alright, and let's go in. And we have to make sure the positioning is good, so that we don't get screwed over, and we have to also detect these teddy bears are going to be explosive. And they will, like, destroy a whole city. Not really, but you know what I mean. Let's see, are they trapped? Are they trapped? Oh, come on. More people can check on that. Everyone failed? Oh, come on. Yep. Here's the save scumming part of it. I wouldn't do this, but it's kind of required for the quest, otherwise you get, like, a bad end with that for the quest line. Not a bad end in the entire game, but, I mean, why do they have so many checks in this? And this is such, like, a hidden quest. Like, a hidden quest objective and such. That otherwise you'd have, like, no idea unless you go into the basement, and by that point it's too late. Really? What is the check? What's the value of the check? Are you serious? Everyone has, like, negative modifiers? I guess that's me lowering everyone's int. Yeah, Lysel is never going to detect it. I assumed that you would be better than this with just perception in general. But yeah, perception is not your strong suit, apparently. Yeah, let's, we're gonna keep on save scumming this one because this is a quest that you can mess up, and I don't want to mess it up. No other reason than it's a fun quest, and it has benefits, like, otherwise they essentially blow up a bunch of kids. That's the entire, like, idea behind this. They give these explosive teddy bears to kids, and then they just butcher a bunch of kids with them. And I'm not okay with that, in general. I am not okay with that. Let's disarm you. Yeah, there are certain things that I just am totally against, and that's one of the big ones.
Can you please give me a hug? Bet your arms would be so snug.
Who's that rummaging around? You have 2 seconds to explain yourself before you're under arrest.
Yeah, I found a load of Tory bears rigged to explode. But I disarmed them.
What? Those are children's toys. Which means if a child had picked one up... I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
How do I know you're not the one who planted those explosives?
Why would I disarm my own explosives? Don't worry, Jahira, this is your whole goal in life, is to keep on boosting me.
Alright, I guess it can't hurt. I'll check up on the rest of the goods. You try and find whoever...
Yep. And now that quest should be started.
This assignment was going to be dull.
And while we're leaving, we might be stopped by this guy, wondering why we're in here. Apparently not. Alright, and now we're going to talk to the NPCs that are just out here, like Matthias and such. And then there's something cheeky I want to try.
Suppose the manip had the...
Alright, you didn't have anything to say this time. I think I was supposed to talk to you beforehand, but whatever. Talk to Matthias.
Pardon if my eyes are all saucer-like. I didn't realize Baldur's Gate was so big. Elturel. It wasn't near as big as the gate, even before half of it burned up in the hells. Wait, I know you. You're the reason some of us got here in one piece.
You must have really bad memory.
And you're in luck. Because we're having a special sale on some of the choice items I picked up on our way here. Fancy stuff. Want to see? Would I try to fool a Sharpie like you? Have a look.
Oh, wow. Actually has decent stuff for once. This is good. This is definitely good, especially if I want to pick up Jahira as a Drunk Fist monk. We're going to go ahead and buy this from you. We are going to go ahead and buy this from you because that's actually, like, super, super nice. The Dire Raven polymorph on anyone is, like... This one in general, especially with the Featherfall just built in, is broken as hell. Like, this is a best in slot for a few builds. And he just has it. Oh, a spoon of saltiness. Huh. I'm gonna buy the suit. No, I'm not gonna buy the spoon of saltiness. I'd be salty for having that. Holy hand wax, or holy hand soap. Okay. I'm gonna buy all his stuff later, just because I feel like it. But it is funny seeing some of the random stuff that he has. Yeah.
Stay away from trap.
Yep. Good advice.
Oh, hi! If you're here to save me again, I don't really need to be saved right now.
Okay, bye. It's like an automatic message.
This isn't a glorious post-fist.
Alright, let's go to... I don't even know who you are. I don't think I've ever talked to you, but I'll talk to you now, just cause.
I'm busy.
Yeah, no. You didn't have anything to say. We are gonna come over here and try something cheeky. Let's see if the guard's here. I don't see them.
But from what you tell me, I had it easy compared to the rest of you.
Are you guys walking or what? Yeah, the guard's there. Legendary resistance incapacitation. So this is actually a shapeshifter. And this is a cliff. See where I'm going here? Unfortunately, it's not a super cliff. I want to just see what happens if I try and throw them off the cliff.
To commemorate those we lost. Supplies are short.
Let's toggle. Let's get right next to you. Toggle turn-based mode.
Tankers of river water to raise.
Improvised weapon.
We'll drink to their memory.
Ah, come on. I wanted to try and just take you up there. Target is blocked. Target is blocked. Come on. Nope, I can't do it. Can't do what I wanted to do. So what I wanted to do was just try and throw them off the cliff here to see what happens, and I notice now that I probably wouldn't do anything down there. What we can do instead is just attack them and see what happens. Obviously, what's probably going to happen is we get alerted by the guards and whatnot. Sneak attack. Yeah, so let's stealth behind you.
I feel like a rothe in a tea shop.
And end. And wait. This is Orin, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
Heard Alfira made her way into the city.
Bards can talk their way out of trouble as well as into it. She sent a message. She's at
Easy does it.
Malice.
Glad at least
Interesting. Very interesting, actually. But we're gonna go ahead and hit you. And I think I saved before this. I'm not gonna actually do this part. We're gonna try the next location just to see what happens.
Orin's a shapeshifter. That complicates things.
Not really.
While I'm at it.
So many more could have survived if we.
Let's see if we can get to the next location of Orin real quick. I'm just doing this for fun. I was hoping that there would be like water here or whatever, and that I could cheese Orin to the cliff and just throw her off there, just to see if that would like mess up the sequencing. Because that is actually a way you can kill Orin later on, is you can just throw her into a void. But you need like 27 strength or whatever to do it. Oh boy, why is it getting blurry here? Hope that's not an issue with the rendering. It's not messing up stuff. Where is the blacksmith shop? Like I said, we're not keeping this part in the game. We are... Yeah, blacksmith shop's over here. We are pretty much done. We'll start the next episode over at the circus. Cool. Dirt mount. We'll start the next episode over at the circus. This is Orin as well. And they're staggered, as you can see. Alright, let's try and throw you this time. Improvised weapon. Throw. Take you down here.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
Hit escape. Drop you. No. I want you to come with me. You and me are going to be best friends. Alright, let's Zadash. And let's go ahead and improvised weapon you again. Let's see, how far can we get with you?
A few days in a jail cell.
Too far, too far, too far. I'm just doing this for fun. I know it's kind of dumb, but... Escape. So we don't waste our action. But get around here. Toggle this. Improvised weapon again. Too far, too far, too far. Interrupted. Why is the path interrupted? Alright, can we go up here then? Not enough movement. Path is blocked. Interrupted. Alright, let's try and move a little bit further with you. Fortunately, we have to end our action here. Can I dimension door you? Target must be an ally. That's not how dimension door works. You can force someone to go with you. They just have to make a skill check. So let's end turn-based mode. Hopefully you glitch out and stay here long enough for me to reset, because you probably don't know what's going on. Right, toggle this. Like I said, this is just me being cheeky, seeing if I can do something stupid. Too far. Come on, come on, come on. Drop you down. I'm trying to get him to the ocean. I want to see what happens. For no reason other than I'm just, like I said, being cheeky. Can you not walk in front of me like that, please? Alright, let's use the rest of our movement to move here. Dash again. Yeah, this is a way that you can, like, kill off a lot of NPCs or whatever in honor mode. It's so close. So close. I wish that the ocean was just right here. Fortunately, I don't see too many paths there. Unless we, like, take him the long way onto the bridge. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to exit turn-based mode. You're still here, thankfully. We might be able to just walk with you now, actually. We might not have to do this extra nonsense. So let's just walk with you, like, right over... Are you moving? Good, you're not moving. Let's walk with you, like, right over here. Right here. Drop you. Alright, let's keep on moving you. We're just going on a little trip. Don't worry. Just a little trip. Hopefully you don't fall. Right, where are you? Oh. You turned into this because we were close enough to this now. Interesting. I did not even know that was Orin. I had no idea that that was Orin in this form. Path is too far. Path is too far. Yeah, that's cool. So proximity actually matters a bit. We will save right here, just in case. Yeah, I need you to come with me. We're going to the ocean, essentially. Oh, man.
Ticklish little creature tries to sneak and slice.
Let's try that again.
Hack away.
Let's try that again. She took fall damage there. She wasn't supposed to. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. I'm just screwing around right now. I want to see what happens. Because I've never done this part. As you see, it's a little bit tedious. It'd be easier just push her off the bridge. But we'd have to do the actual bridge interaction. Oh, don't throw. That's probably what happened. I accidentally threw her, I think. Yeah, so let's go down the steps. Yeah, don't throw. Pick her up and walk with her. Pick her up and walk with her, like, right over here. Ah, damn it. Why did you take fall damage?
Little creature tries to sneak and hack away.
She's playing with us.
Alright, let's try that again.
Toys.
That's funny, though. That is funny. That's what happens. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try throwing Orin off the bridge. If you're still here watching this, then yeah, it'll be fun. But honestly, we're gonna start the next episode off in the circus. Probably skip ahead to the end if you want to see if I actually was able to pull it off or not. Because I don't want to waste too much time with it. Come on, let's... No, cancel. Cancel. Would it be better if you did this? I think you actually have strength and I don't. Improvised weapon.
To battle.
Alright, good. She didn't take damage. We're almost there. Don't worry. I want to see if you know how to swim. That's all I want to see is if you know how to swim. I'm assuming you don't.
Whoever left them went straight into that cave.
So tedious. So fucking tedious. Like I said, it would probably be better if I, like, threw her off the bridge instead. 'Cause this is precarious. Ah, come on.
Ticklish little hack away, sweet.
Ah, boy. Boy.
Your
There's too many steps. Like, she will take fall damage for no reason. Maybe Karlach would be better for that. I'd enter turn-based mode, and then I can grab her with Karlach and go a lot further by dashing. So let's also... the momentum wouldn't help. If I had the... sorry, Shadowheart has it. She has an item that would give me a boost if I use a dash. Whatever. Let's go ahead and cunning action. I think I can also, while carrying someone, teleport, and they teleport with me, but then they take fall damage, I believe. So let's go ahead and use this. Let's pick you up. Too far?
Open up.
Don't drop her. Do not drop her. I'm serious. Super serious right now. Do not drop her. Let's get, like, right here. Get, like, right here. Come on. Get right here. Damn it. It's because she's floating afterwards. She doesn't have a place to stand.
Let your butcher.
We might have to do this on the bridge. We might have to do it on the bridge, but then we'd have to do a skill check on the bridge to interact with those people up there. I think I can take her to camp, too, if I grab her and then run. I mean, we could just push her now, but she would just take fall damage. She wouldn't actually take death damage, so we'll just see what happens if I just, you know, give her a shove. Oh, we can't actually even shove her. Can we yeet her? Can we just yeet her down here? See what happens? Yeah, she just takes fall damage. She took a lot of fall damage, but she took fall damage. That might carry over. That might. Who knows? Because the other thing carried over. You might start with 125 less health. Let's try that one more time. Oh boy. If it doesn't work now, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Because honestly, there's no point in, like, keeping on with this. She did have the incapacitation thing going for her. She was incapacitated before that happened. So, let's go ahead and pick you up. We remove... Honestly, let me look at the bridge. Let me just look at the bridge. No, we couldn't... We'd get interrupted as soon as we interrupt here. There's a checkpoint here. And this would be the prime location. If we could get to this middle section, just dump her in the water there. See what happens. Let's get, like, right here. Path is interrupted, always. Path is blocked. Path is interrupted. Path is blocked.
Show no mercy.
Right, you're still good where you are. Okay. Let's go ahead. Improvised weapon. Pick you up. If we can get down here, we would be fine, I think. If we can get down here, we'd be great. If we can get down here, we'll be fine. I think. It's gotta be fast with it. Right, good. That was the hardest part of this. The rest is just... Was it the hardest part? We might be able to throw her from that last leg. So, okay. Let's go ahead and grab you. I hope I can grab you from here. Path is too far, huh? Is this like a save scummy and metagaming? Absolutely. Is this tedious and pointless? Yep. Is this for science? 100% for science. I want to see if it works. That's literally the only reason I'm doing this. And I want to show if it does work or not. It's not necessary. Not even remotely necessary. Let's take baby steps. Just baby steps right here. Don't try and go too far. Go right here, maybe. That might be large enough. Oh, good. Good, you stopped yourself before you went too far. And she actually flopped down like a fish. Fish who's gonna soon be in water. Alright, good, you're taking it slow. Taking it nice and slow. Watch this crash the game when I do this, too. If it abruptly ends, that's because it crashed. Alright. So, Orin. Orin, you want to go for a swim? You want to go for a swim? Just curious, you know, if you know how to bathe. Oh, come on, why did you do that?
Ticklish little creature.
She got stuck on me.
Tries to sneak.
She got stuck on me. Now this might actually mess up the game if I do it like this, because I don't know if it will outright kill her avatar or what's going on. So there's that. Too far? Oh, come on. I want you to come over here.
Leave no survivors.
That's curious.
Yeah, it is. Now let's get right here. Alright, Orin. You have anything to say to me? No? Target is too far. Oh, come on. Can I not shove you in the water? Is that not an option too? No, it's got the thing marked out. We gotta get over here, apparently, Orin. You are being just the biggest of asses right now. Right, maybe here?
Noted.
Maybe here we can throw you? Path is blocked. Too high. So yeah, we have to get to where we can actually reach you to that. Unfortunately, the grass is like obstructing things. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. Maybe.
What's that?
Yeah, I had no idea that Orin was the journalist as well. Right, we're going to move this shit out of the way. Just all the way out of the way if we can. Come on, get closer. Path is blocked. Path is too far. Path is blocked. Alright, guys. Everyone get out of the way so I can actually move there. Maybe that was the issue. Path is blocked. Path is too far. Path is blocked. Okay, Orin. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what to say to you.
Hack away. One's toying with me. What is she after?
Well, strategist? What does strategist do for me? Everyone got popped for, like, strategist. Strategist. Destroy a powerful enemy in one strike. Well, I guess she's destroyed. I don't know. It said she's destroyed. Maybe that worked? I'm gonna do a hard save here to see if that changed anything. So, new save. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Wanna dance?
I'm curious what happens with that. So we'll save the game here, and we'll wrap it up next time. We will go up to the actual, like, circus thing, deal with the circus, play that, and we'll also deal with the bridge stuff. Now, I'm not going to use this save for that. I'm going to keep this save, and I'll play through the game on my previous save, and from that previous save, we will see if anything weird happens. Or not weird happens. On this save, we'll see if anything weird happens, but I'll do that in the background as I progress the main save. Just so, like, it's keeping up with that. But yeah, this is Crim signing out. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and just go ahead and, you know, tell me, do you like the cheese, or is cheese too much? Because I feel like that was too much. If that did actually work, I'd feel like it'd be more realistic if I did want a cheese to just shove her, because that did like 152 damage or whatever to her, to see if maybe that carried over to the fight. Odds are she would have healed, so it's whatever. But yeah, I'll see you next time with more Baldur's Gate.